Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from the Long Family Channel. Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we're going to be talking about Miles and Tristan's relationship again. This is me making a part 2 rant of their relationship, and me once again, explaining why I'm not really a fan of the whole Triles relationship. Really, like this post says right here on my phone, I'll never understand why Triles is so popular. They are so forced, and I could not agree more. Tristan and Miles' relationship is so fucking unbearable due to the fact that I feel like they could have put Miles with anybody else, and the same goes for Tristan. I didn't want Tristan to be with Miles. I think Miles is a great character. He has great character development. He's always had a good storyline in Degrassi. Any storyline he had in the show, I was always tuned, always glued to the TV, while Tristan was just a character that just floated on the cast, that did little to nothing, that was fucking interesting. So they paired him up with a character who was very much interesting, and I didn't like it. Like, Tristan been on the cast since season 11. And all that time, from season 11 to all the way to the next class, you know little to nothing about Tristan. You don't know what his home life is. You don't know what his relationship is like with his parents. Like, you don't know anything about his character. So, to me, off top, because his character didn't have the much development and we didn't really know too much about him, off top, that made me feel like, why put an undeveloped character with a very well-rounded, developed character? Like, I just didn't get it. Like, Tristan was very much that relationship-centered person. He had no plot. They treated him like a prop, or he was just someone they put in relationships for absolutely no reason. But everybody know that I'm really not a fan of Tristan and Miles. Like, when that girl said that she could have shipped them had they gotten more screen time, no. Me, the only way I would have shipped Miles and Tristan if it wasn't forced. Miles and Tristan was so forced. Like, they really was shoving it down your throat. They were so forced. I liked when it was just a friendship between them. I was cool with it just being a friendship. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was so cool with it just being a friendship. Like, when people say, oh, they've been predicting Miles and Tristan since Paris. Not really, honestly, because if that was the case, then if they were building them since Paris, then I would have felt like in the last 2 episodes of the season that they felt forced, because they haven't been building them up since Paris. They haven't shown anything where it's like, yes, they're going to be in a relationship. They didn't do that. Tristan just kissed Miles because he thought he was gay, and then that was that. He developed a crush on a guy that he knew that his best friend liked. Why? Because he was trying to compete with Maya, or trying to prove a point that the hottest guy can like her and he can like him too. Like, are you kidding me? Like, he definitely treated... Another thing why I don't like Tristan and Miles' relationship, especially when I'm watching this class, and this is what this is really about. I'm going to, talk about their relationship as well, but the reason why I'm making a part 2 rant of the relationship is because there were 3 episodes I watched from this class that made me feel like, how can anybody ship Tristan and Miles? Episode 1 of season 1, and then 2 episodes of season 2. But I just want to get this off my chest. Another reason why I really didn't like Miles with Tristan, I'm going to keep it all the way 100, is because Tristan treated his relationship with Miles like a golden ticket. Because, why I say that is because in season 14, when he was getting on Maya about how she is a horrible friend, and he was like, I get Miles. All the guys in school, I get Miles, the hottest guy, I get with him. And you show up and make him fall in love with you again. First of all, why are you treating your relationship with Miles like it's a golden ticket? Because what, you're with the richest kid in school or something like that? You feel like you're the lucky one because out of all the guys in the school or girls in the school, he chose to date you? That's why I didn't really like Miles with Tristan. Tristan absolutely treated his relationship with Miles like a golden ticket. He did. He even did in season 2, even when he got with him. He treats it like a golden ticket. Like, I got him. Ooh, I got him. Period, period. Like, he treats it like it's a golden ticket, and I don't like that. But as far as it pertains to this video, when I watched those 3 episodes in Next Class, as far as them really being wrapped around Miles and Tristan's relationship, I don't like Tristan. Tristan is really bitchy, insecure as fuck, and he projects a lot of his insecurities on whoever it is. Zoe, he projects a lot of his insecurities onto Zoe and Next Class, Miles, and most importantly, Maya. He projects his insecurities onto everybody. I hate that. He bitchy, he's bratty, he insecure as fuck. I don't like him. He a fucking crybaby. I don't like Tristan. Because the fact that the show, when I first watched it and I look at it now, the fact that the show tried to make you hate Miles, like really hate him, due to the fact that he's bisexual is fucking insane to me. The fact that Tristan, somebody who claims that they love Miles, could sit there on a stand during a fucking who should be the next class president debate and saying, oh, indecisive my ass, you don't even know if you like girls or boys. Tristan was very biphobia. Like, he didn't like that Miles was bisexual. He didn't like that Miles was bisexual because, like I just said, insecurity. He was afraid that because Miles was bisexual, that their relationship would never feel secure because he felt like Miles will always have his options open. First of all, that is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not stereotypical. That's just a fucked up mindset because I feel like bisexual people already get so much hate for having this thing about them for being promiscuous due to the fact that they like boys and girls. So the fact that Tristan even has the mindset of saying, oh, I don't like that my boyfriend is bisexual because it makes me feel like I'm not secure in my relationship because he's going to have his options open. Like, you're just trying to find a way out of this relationship. Like, Tristan will literally do anything to make his relationship with Miles not work. Like, don't get me wrong, at season 14 in the Next Class, yes, Miles did what he did as far as cheating on Tristan in a comment with Lola, or while he was having so much family drama going on in season 14 and made him not be the best boyfriend to Tristan. He said those horrible things to him, and then in an hour of need, which he really needed Tristan the most, instead of leaning back on Tristan for the support and love, he felt more comfortable leaning on to Maya. So I 100% agree. Miles wasn't the best boyfriend to Tristan, but I felt like he tried to be everything Tristan wanted him to be in a relationship. And I think it was never good enough, honestly, because one thing I don't like, especially when I was watching the episodes, I don't like how whenever Miles does something or whatever the case, it's showing some ounce of change. I don't like how Tristan is so quick to go and hit below the belt. So, like I said in season 1, episode 1, Booty Call. So basically, because I'm about to explain to y'all the things in these episodes that just pissed me off. So, episode 1, season 1, Booty Call. Right? It's back to school. Everybody's starting their junior year, and Tristan and Miles are running for class president. Winston is Miles' campaign manager, and Zoe is Tristan's campaign manager. Tristan didn't know that Miles was coming back to Degrassi for junior year, which I'm trying to understand why wouldn't he, because in season 14 of Degrassi, it gave no indication that he might have been transferring, so I'm not too sure what that's all about. But to be honest, in this episode, I felt like Miles would have been a great class president, because I feel like it would have gave him structure and kept him occupied. It would have gave him discipline. Cause I feel like him not having an extra like activity to do in school is the reason why he was so caught up at home and always in the drama that he needed something to keep him busy, give him discipline, keep him structured. I feel like him being class president would have been great for his character because he could have been like another Drew, someone who wasn't as structured, didn't have the much discipline, but the second they were given a task that was very much a competition for them, they stepped the fuck up. I feel like Miles would have been a great class president because Tristan is absolutely one of the worst class presidents. First of all, he ran for class president for all the wrong things. He did it so he could be popular and to get noticed. When he said he was going to be class president so he could make this place feel welcome from everybody and make changes, he didn't do any of those things because looking at season 1 now, I absolutely understand why Hunter was pissed at everybody. Why he was pissed at Maya. Why he was pissed at Tristan. I feel like Hunter was not wrong. He was wrong for cyberbullying Maya 100%. He was wrong for the way he went at it, like cyberbullying her and having all the terrorist attacks and shit like that, bomb threats come to her house. But I don't think he was wrong for being angry at Maya because Maya and Goldie, they were the reasons why him and his friends game competition thing that they do. The only thing that kids like him can do where they can feel comfortable and not be judged, got that taken away from them due to some feminist Karen ass shit. I know I'm going off topic, but I've always wanted to say that I feel like Hunter was never wrong. Tristan was wrong as fuck. Like I said, Tristan was a hypocrite because he literally told Zoe and everyone that he was going to make the grass scene more welcoming. And yet he did the complete opposite. Because whenever Hunter came to him with an issue or with a problem about this place feeling like it's not as fitting for him and his friends, Tristan did not give a fuck. Meaning he ran for class president for popularity. He did not do it for any of the reasons that he said he was going to do it. Which is why I feel like Miles would have been a better class president. Like, Tristan is just not a great character. I really hate him. Like, for real, I do. But, you know, that's really important. So like I was saying, in the Booty Call episode, Miles and Tristan went in for class president. Miles went against the rules, and he threw a party for voters and shit like that. Tristan was pissed that he was running for class president because he doesn't like school, so he was confused to why he was running for class president. Miles told him that the reason why he's running for class president is because he's tired of running and that he felt like all last year was really a shitty year due to everything that was going on with his dad, and telling Tristan that, you know, he's out of the house but he's still in the city, and Tristan gonna say, oh, you thought you could just be class president on your magic carpet made of money. And Miles said at least his reasoning is better than Tristan's reason, and Tristan said, which is what? That you're only running for distraction because you're not over me. And Tristan said he couldn't be more wrong, and Miles said that's because he's not over him. They kissed and made out. So, this is how delusional Tristan is. Literally the next day at school, Tristan showed up with this stretched out shirt. Man, the shirt that this nigga had on looked like he just took this bitch out the washing machine and didn't dry it. Like, his shirt was so stretched out, he looked stupid. But, like I was saying, he came to school the next day and told Zoe that he's going to drop out of the race. Zoe asked him why. He said because the other night at the party, him and Miles really had a heart-to-heart conversation, and he felt like he changed, and that he said that he don't want to ruin what's next to come for their relationship if he's running against him. Zoe told him she thinks that is a horrible idea because he shouldn't be that comfortable to trust Tristan, to trust Miles, because Miles always hurts Tristan, or he always gets burned by him, and Tristan said he feels like he really changed, that Miles has really changed. So, as Tristan is walking, he see that Miles is being flirtatious with a ninth grade girl. Obviously, he gets jealous and calls this behavior out on the stand by telling Miles that, oh, don't act stupid. I saw you making out with that not weird girl and such and such. And that's when he made that biphobia comment by saying, indecisive my ass. You don't even know if you like boys or girls, which I think was completely out of line. Like I said, the reasons why Tristan didn't like that Miles was bisexual because he felt like he wasn't secure in his relationship. It felt like Miles would step out on him at any given moment. I didn't like that because I feel like Miles should have been with someone who's going to accept him. Because with Miles, it was never about the gender, ever. Literally from the very first time, like when he really said he was bisexual. What I'm saying I'm bisexual is when Zoe was like, oh, so you were cool with all the kissing with Tristan, it didn't bother you? And he was like, no, love the person, not the gender. So obviously, Miles is someone who's bisexual, but he doesn't care about the gender at all. When he is talking to someone, or whatever the case may be, interested in someone, he doesn't care if it's a guy or a girl. He likes what he likes, period. And I feel like Tristan was trying to project an insecurity onto Miles, making it seem like if we date, you're going to screw it up. And it's like, Tristan, if you don't want to be with someone who's bisexual because you feel like it won't make you feel secure, then why you want to be with this person so bad if they ain't shit and they so horrible? That's what pisses me off. Tristan told Mr. Simpson that Miles cheated to get voters if Mr. Simpson disqualifies him from being in the running of president and told him that he can't be the class president. When Miles walked out of the office, he saw Tristan behind the corner and said that you did this. And Tristan said that it's not his fault because he said he isn't the one who cheated. And Miles told him that from now on, he got to experience a world of pain because he crossed him. And he said by the record, he wasn't lying when he said that he wasn't over him, but he certainly is now. So like I said, with Tristan, was it worth it? Because all he really had to do was pull Tristan, all he really should have done was pull Miles aside and had a real ass conversation for him. My thing is with Tristan is that he's so delulu is that he thought just because him and Miles talked that one time at the party that indicated that maybe he wanted a relationship. Where did he get that from? Because what he said he wasn't over him. What he should have did that next day at school was pull Miles aside and ask him, was he really serious when he said he wasn't over him, and could there be a possibility of a relationship sparkling between them? Instead, Tristan didn't do any of those things. Instead, what he did was jump to conclusions when he saw Miles flirting with a girl, then made a biphobia comment on stage, and then literally snitched on Miles due to the fact of him being hurt, causing him being president just because he couldn't communicate his real feelings. Like, I really don't get it with Tristan. Like, if Miles ain't shit or he's horrible, whatever case may be, why are you with this person? You feel me? Because, again, I don't think Miles was the best partner to Tristan either. That's why I feel like it isn't just Tristan. I feel like Tristan deserves to be with someone who really, really loves him. Not saying that I don't think that Miles didn't. I'm pretty sure that he did, but his actions really made me hard to believe it. Because like I said, Tristan was laying in the bed in season 3 in a coma, not knowing if they were going to have to put a plug on him or not. And Miles fell in love with a whole other girl. Not only that, got a whole other girl pregnant. And when Tristan asked him if he loved Lola, he told him yes. And what did he say? It's okay. I don't get Tristan. I really don't. Like, he say one thing, but then turn around and say, you know what, I'm just gonna take Miles back. Like, to me, that would have been my last straw. Why? Because, like I just said, Tristan was laying in a hospital bed, not knowing if they was gonna have to pull that plug or not. And Miles fell in love with a whole other girl. Not only fell in love with a whole other girl, but got her pregnant. And I don't understand Tristan. Like, am I supposed to feel bad for someone who constantly puts themselves in a situation with somebody who really treats them so horrible? I don't know what I'm supposed to feel, because I really feel like, what am I supposed to feel? Because it's like, I really can't feel bad for someone who knows this is how this person operates, and yet they still go back to him. You feel me? Because honestly, they should have broke Miles and Tristan up in season 3. Why drag the relationship to another season and then have Tristan tell Miles they should break up because he don't want him giving up his writing school in Europe to take care of him. You feel me? And then you have Miles say that I stood by you when you were in a coma. And then you have Tristan say, oh, I didn't ask you to do any of those things. So shit. But at the same time, what him and Tristan both said and their breakup scene was wrong, because I felt like at the end of the day, Tristan, you didn't have to ask somebody who loved you to stick by your side. They did it because they loved you. But if you think about it realistically, Miles wasn't really by Tristan's side when he was in a coma. Like I said, in season 3, he was running off doing the play and falling in love with Lola. It wasn't until when Tristan woke up, he felt guilty. That is when he stuck by his side. You feel me? Before any of that, no, he was falling in love with Lola. So theoretically, no, he wasn't by his side. Back in the day, I don't really feel like that Tristan had to ask him, because at the day, if you love someone, they shouldn't have to ask you. If I'm riding with you, I'm riding with you. So that's that. Ew, my allergies. Ugh. But let's talk about the other episode. Woo! Okay, let's see. Season 2, episode 3, called Check Your Privilege. Okay. So, in episode 3 for season 2, excuse me. Oh, God, my allergies. Okay, so, in season 2, episode 3 of the Back to Nest class, pretty much in this episode, Miles and Tristan are doing a class project where they have to take care of a doll, and working with Miles on a class project makes Tristan think about what it would be like if they were in a relationship. And Zoe, told Tristan, why hasn't he had that conversation with Miles yet? And he said because he don't want to put too much pressure on him to where it scares Miles and makes him run away. So he just let everything work out on his own. And Zoe told Tristan that he's never really going to know what him and Miles stand as far as his relationship wise if he never opens his mouth and communicates what he wants. And Tristan said that he just don't want to push Miles away. But, like Lily said, you still need to see where he stands. And he told Zoe he loved her, but she needs to learn how to mind her own business. And Zoe said that she's sorry, but she loves and she cares for him. That is Tristan's her best friend. And she said she just doesn't want to see him get hurt because of another Miles episode. She's just trying to protect him. And he gonna tell her, I don't need protecting. Ugh, he's so irritating. Because at the day, it ain't like what Zoe was saying was wrong. Because I agree. You have feelings for them, right? Okay, so what you need to do is address those feelings, tell him how you feel, and see where the fuck he stands. because you walking around and not saying nothing is just stupid. You know you want a relationship with him, so you need to see where he stands. And the only way you need to do that is by opening your damn mouth and saying, listen, Miles, I still have feelings for you. And I just wanted to know if you have feelings for me or if you're interested in being in a relationship with me. But Tristan never communicates. So therefore, it's like in this episode, they wanted you to be mad at Miles for, I guess, not seeing the hints that Tristan was still in love with him and wanted a relationship. But it's like, how is Miles supposed to know Tristan never opened up his mouth? Because he's making it seem like if him and Miles dated, then he'll be scared and will want to run away in a relationship. But it's like, you never know if you don't open your mouth. You feel me? So when him and Miles had the class project, he gave him the baby and told him that he understands he has this complex where things or have too much pressure or whatever the case may be, he wants out and things like that. And Miles told him he'll take the baby and things like that. And then in the last minute of the episode, pretty much Miles told Tristan that he's not going anywhere if that's what all that talk was about the future. And he told him that he might not be the best at planning, but he's not going anywhere, indicating that him and Tristan are in a relationship. Tristan told Miles that the reason why he never brought up having a relationship with him is because he didn't want to put too much pressure. So what pisses me off is that in this episode, do you see how much stress would have went off Tristan's shoulders had he just communicated with Miles? Because that is why him and Miles' relationship don't work. They don't communicate. Instead, he walking around pouting, being mad at Zoe for being a good friend by telling her, you need to be careful, because whenever you with Miles, he does string you along, play with you, and you fall for this shit every time. You need to know if he really fucking with you and rocking with you this time, it can only be you. No more of that indecisive, oh, I don't know if I want to be with you today, or if I don't know if I want to break up with you tomorrow. Ain't none of that. If you gonna be with me, be with me. If you feel like you ain't really fucking with me for real, leave me the fuck alone. Stop sending me mixed signals. That's how I feel. And then, not only that, and Rise and Ryan episode 8. Now, this episode really pisses me off bad because I feel like the writers really wanted you to take Tristan's side and really shit on Miles due to him being honest. I don't get that. Okay, yeah, his body count came out in the heat of a Truth or Dare. At the end of the day, it's like, Tristan, you wanted to know, right? I always thought Miles was wrong for making it seem like, you know, sex is sex. There's no need to make it a big deal. You feel me? But obviously Tristan was a virgin. But all Tristan really needs to do was communicate to Miles is that his sex list or having so many sexual partners does make him feel insecure, and it makes him feel insecure, and it makes him question if he's just another person on that list, or what if they were to have sex with each other, would it feel way more important? All Tristan really had to do was communicate, but instead that's not what he did. Instead, he walked around and pouted, called Miles a man whore due to him having more sexual partners, when it's like, Miles had sex with all those girls who was in relationships with him. The 5 people he slept with, he dated them. Zoe, he was with her. And then I think he said the last person he had sex with was Zoe, but they were not in a relationship. They had sex during the summer. Well, they might have been in a relationship. I could have been wrong. They were in a relationship. Yeah, he said Zoe was the last person he had sex with, because in the Vaccinated class in the 13th, they were together, they dated. So he said they had sex. My thing is with Tristan is that, again, I'm going to keep saying this, Zoe is literally his best fucking friend, his best friend. And she dated the guy he's in love with. And not only that, she got there with Miles before Tristan and him ever did. So I feel like at the end of the day, Tristan never gave Zoe that energy. Like, this is your best friend. Your best friend. This is your bitch, your ride or die girl. She did it, Miles, when you and him broke up. You never made a hissy fit. You never got on her ass on how could she date Miles after the messy breakup you and him had. And not only that, after what the fuck he put you through. And then they had sex and you're that mad at her. Like, I don't get Tristan's mindset. Like, he literally confuses me, because in this episode, pisses me off because the show really wanted you to take his side, but it's like, no. Like I said, I think Miles was wrong for making it seem like, oh, there's something wrong with Tristan being a virgin that's wrong. Like, sex is sex, no need to make it a big deal. But virginities are very important to people, especially when it's like, you know, you want to make sure you have a connection with this person. Things like that. You don't want to just lay down with anybody and then regret it because you can't get it back. You feel me? All Tristan really had to do was sit and have a conversation with Miles, communicate. But that ain't what he did. Instead, you feel me, Miles was trying to be assertive and just, you know, let's just do it. You feel me? That didn't work because he made it seem like Tristan was weird for being a virgin. But I didn't like that, in the heat of that happening, that Tristan hit below the belt and said, yeah, you're a man whore. I thought that was out of line because, like I just said, the 5 people that Miles had sex with, he was in a relationship with them. So how was he a man whore? You're the one who wanted to know about my number. So if you were to get insecure about it, why the fuck did you want to know my past sexual partners? If you couldn't handle how many people I slept with before you, why the fuck did you ask? Like he said, if you can't handle my past, I can't have sex with all those girls. But if you can't fuck with that I'm sexually active and I've had a little bit of sex, then go on and have your fun and then come back to me. The fuck? Just talking about come back to you. Yes, I want to be with you. Are you kidding me? Like, for real. Okay. Like, are you kidding me? Like, for real, like, all Tristan had to do was tell Miles that I'm not upset that you have a sexual past. I just want to feel the most important person on there. That's really all he had to say. He did not have to make it a big deal or make it into a fucking argument. All he really had to say was that I don't want to feel like another person that you're having sex with. I want it to be more important than that. And then, you know, him and Tristan, Miles and Tristan did eventually have that conversation in the episode. And Miles told him that he asked Tristan, has he ever done anything? And Tristan said he's done stuff, but not where it involves sexual intercourse. So he's talking about he's done things orally, you feel me? Which is still sex, but not in an intercourse way. And, you know, Miles and Tristan were happy that they were having a conversation. And Miles told Tristan that, you know, his list for having sex with people might be long, but people that he's been in love with have been very shorter. And, you know, that was that. So, I'm not about to eat that up because they don't have any chemistry and I don't think that was cute. But anyway, like I said, I really don't like Tristan and Miles' relationship. This is my part 2 rant on why I don't ship them. Tristan is just not the best fit for Miles. Miles needed a better partner, period. And the same goes for Tristan. Because Miles had his moments where he could be sweet and a good boyfriend to Tristan, and he had his moments where it was like, ooh, he really ain't shit. I ain't gonna cap. As much as I fuck for Miles, he really had his moments where he wasn't shit. When he was in a relationship with Tristan. But, as always, it's nice talking to y'all. Catch y'all in my next video.